It's time to go balls deep.
The EA Sports College Football Headquarters podcast. All right. We are here with another episode of Balls Deep. I am Anthony Scafacci. My co-host is Alan Gigax.
Yeah, buddy.
And we are going to get right to things as usual. We are going to play Just the Tip. Alan.
Wait, who's it sponsored by?
Today's Just the Tip.
What, you don't like money?
Is sponsored by Jelly's Snot Knockin' Barbecue, the home of the pregame victory dessert.
There you go. 17 locations nationwide.
Okay.
All right, so today's Just the Tip is actually kind of a life lesson. It's taken me a long time to learn. When I was young fella, the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me in my whole life, because nobody saw me that one time my pants fell down. The most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me in my whole life happened in front of a movie theater. And maybe I'll tell that story when we get into the episode.
Okay.
But I was phenomenally the most embarrassed I've ever been.
Okay.
And I was like 10 years old when it happened. And I guarantee you, if you were to somehow wrangle up all those people from almost 40 years ago now and ask them, any of them, if they remember that, not a single person will remember it. And the point of the story is, which I'll tell maybe in a minute.
I hope so.
Is that nobody gives a shit. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody, I heard a quote one time that said we wouldn't be nearly so concerned what people think about us if we realized how rarely they think about us.
Aww.
But there's comfort in that, because if you do something stupid, if you're an idiot, then it doesn't really, there's no real harm there. It's no big deal, man. Let that shit go. Be cool.
Right.
Dude, I told a story out here about shitting into a Jack in the Box cup in the back of a mail truck, and I'm still okay.
You have no shame.
That's right.
So that's what I like about
ashamed of. Who hasn't shit into a Jack in the Box cup before?
I haven't. Okay, so we're gonna move forward, and today, Al, we have a very, very special guest. He's one of our approved vendors. He is Tyson Mathias. So I was saying his name wrong for like the last 6 months. Anyway, Tyson, for those of you who don't know, I'm not sure how you couldn't. He is the guy on our page who makes the custom controllers. And so, Tyson, how are you?
I'm great, man. Just got off a 12-hour shift, ready to do the podcast and then crash, man.
Dude, that's too many hours. What kind of work is it?
I'm a technician at a major company.
Oh, so you just like push buttons?
More mechanical than that, but yeah, pretty much most part, day-to-day stuff. Yeah.
Right on, man. Well, glad to have you on. Thanks for making the time for us.
Yeah. So Tyson, how is it that you actually got into making custom controllers?
Well, I was lucky enough to get a PlayStation 5 on the drop day, and I hated the white. It was all white controller, all white shell on the PlayStation, and within a week I had already cracked it open, seeing if I could paint it or do something with it, and that's what I did. And people saw them and liked them, so I made them for a few friends, and then I decided, maybe I can make a little bit of money, and I made a shop on a website where you can sell goods, and I did really well. It was really easy. It was, at the time, everybody wanted their controller to look like the PS4 controller, so it was all black. I would buy the PS4 buttons and shave them down so they fit into the PlayStation, and life got in the way. And
wow, so you'd like take apart the controller and put the new buttons in and
take it all apart.
Wow.
And it's after a while, like I can disassemble a PlayStation 5 controller in probably 5 minutes now, because I've done hundreds of them.
Dude, and some people can do it in less than a second by throwing it against the wall when they throw another goddamn interception.
I mean, So, speaking of that, I would do mail-ins. Like, if somebody had a controller, they could mail me their controller, and those looked like somebody threw them up against the wall, so I had to stop that. I had to stop it. I was just getting broken stuff.
So tell aside from replacing the buttons to make them more aesthetically pleasing, what else are you doing to the controller?
So right now, since the college football game is so popular and everything, I'm going down that route. So I will, whatever team that you want, if they're, the Bearcats, we can put claws on them. I do a lot of research on the schools, which is probably the most fun of, like, a school that I'm not familiar with, getting online, researching like their chants or, you know, their mascots or whatever, and then finding a cool way to make it look aesthetically pleasing on the controller and changing out
So
the buttons.
give an
so they match
example.
the
Like
school.
let's say you were doing the Arizona Wildcats. So maybe you would put like claw marks on the outside of the controller, and then like underneath in the middle, it would say like bear down. It would be stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, like,
That's awesome.
yeah, the chants are big. People like the guns up, and
Right.
I can't really think of anything. Go
I
Bucks.
just played in my offline. I played Texas Tech today, and they said guns up. Yeah,
Yeah.
So-
I learned that doing a controller.
that's cool.
So I know as soon as I came across your stuff, I was pretty fucking blown away. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, holy shit, man, this guy's legit.
It looks so
right?
good.
And so much to the point where I was like, I want this guy to only be on our page.
Right. Get
right?
your big customers from us.
Yeah, just get your customers from us, which, you know, obviously I can't limit him,
Right.
but I kind of like, I saw the value in this. Like,
It's great work.
yeah, it's like, this is content into itself
Right.
that, you know, this guy can create these custom controllers. And I know like right away you were getting blown up from people just wanting one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume most people knew there would be a cost associated with it. But did people come to you thinking like, you're just going to do it for like, you know, for free?
Yeah, I got a lot of messages. Hey, do a Duke one or do whatever. And I'd be like, well, it's made to order. I had to go through the whole spiel. I had stuff saved on my phone where I could just copy and paste it, so I didn't have to keep repeating, you know, the same.
How many times did you accidentally send a dick picture instead of the copy and paste text?
None, actually. Surprisingly,
Oh,
none.
that's nice.
I would have
Yeah.
said 3.
Yeah,
I'd have been like
yeah,
3.
that was where I was
Yeah,
gonna
my
guess,
dick's floating around out there in
Yeah.
the, you know, the whatever blogosphere now.
But he did accidentally send his manifesto one time.
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully, it never gets to the FBI.
Yeah. So Tyson. So since you have been on our page, have the bulk of your customers come from the headquarters?
Oh yeah. I kind of limited it. I have like a Instagram page where one might trickle in every once in a while, and a Facebook page. But yeah, I mean, I've just kind of stuck with that because it gives me, I'm not too overwhelmed by it. I get them here and there, and that's the main thing. So like, I can do a controller in about a week, but when I get flooded, it's very overwhelming. I have a family, 3 little
Sure.
kids, all under 6. So like, it just keeps me. It's a hobby of mine, really. It's not for the money making. I really enjoy doing the technical part and the artist part. So yeah, it just keeps me busy enough to have fun with it still.
The stuff that you put on there, is it vinyl stickers or what is it?
I do most of they come in so many different colors now, the shells and the buttons and the sticks and everything. I just buy all of them. I have a pretty big inventory of the buttons and the shells, and I do a little bit of paint when I can, but most of it is just the vinyl stickers that I create, and then I kind of take a heat gun and they just kind of adhere right to that plastic, and they last. They really do. I put them in spots also that aren't where your hands are at, like up by the buttons, and so like the hot sweaty hands don't rub them off. And I mean, I have one right beside me right now that I've had for over a year, and it's.
If I had a nickel for everything that had been rubbed off by my hot sweaty hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how hot and sweaty they get, you know?
Yeah. I would believe it. I would believe it.
So
they
Tyson,
look great.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tyson, the other day you posted one that had bullets for buttons.
Yeah.
Tell me about
What?
that one. Yeah, no fucking shit. Listen to this.
Okay.
Go ahead. So it had bullets for buttons.
Yeah,
Tell me about that.
I had to make basically an America one, and the guy's really into guns and police for he's a cop, and I just kind of was messing around on the internet one day, and I found these buttons that they're like the end of a bullet, and it looks really cool. American flag, eagle on the back with some sunglasses on, some stars. It turned out pretty sharp.
Yeah, that motherfucking controller is Murica like all day,
Yeah,
all
right,
night.
right.
Yeah, it's the most Murica controller I've ever fucking seen.
It is.
That
It
is
turned out
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, and so I've seen so many of yours because every time you post something, I definitely look at it. I try to blow you up as much as I can.
Yep.
Try to be supportive of what you got going on because I think it's so cool. Do you have like a personal favorite that you have done?
Yeah, actually, I'm a big Michigan State fan. Down here, I know, but I got contacted by one of the uh, players' moms, and she wanted to do a first game gift. She does a first game gift every year, and so I made one for him. I made a nice box for it. Like I went all out on it, and they sent me an autographed photo of him holding my controller, which is awesome. And I'm still in contact with her today.
That's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, this does seem like the kind of thing that would be a cool gift that like rich people would get or that like athletes would get.
Sure.
Dude, make an athlete, make one for, well, maybe not. I don't know, like for Josh Allen that has the number 17 on it and the Bills logo.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, have you made for like high profile clients?
He's probably the highest. He's
Yeah.
young, but he plays a lot, so he may be someday.
Right.
Yeah, we got to
That's
get him
cool,
into
man.
the headquarters, man. You should be like, hey, bro, there's this like really cool Facebook group
Yeah, right.
that does this really cool podcast that you've been mentioned on. And, you should jump on in there.
All right. So surely, go ahead, Tyson.
No, I said I have to ask Mama first. She's pretty
there you go.
about it.
So surely a lot of high profile athletes and famous people, probably even like Scarlett Johansson probably listens to this podcast.
Yeah.
So if they want to get in touch with you, how do they do that to get these controller for themselves?
My main one right now is just Facebook Messenger, really, or the Instagram Messenger. That's all I've been using right now.
All right. So go ahead and like spell your name or let people know like how they can find you.
Tyson Mathias, TysonMaThias. Just search me on Facebook. I also, the Instagram one is under Breezy Custom Designs is what it's called. Is what we
Breezy, like a light wind.
Yep, BREEZY. Yep.
I need to go ahead and give that a follow on Instagram. Yeah, because I'm such a fan of what you're doing because there's so much like artistry in there and craftsmanship and imagination. So do people kind of give you like a blank slate, like, hey, I want a UNLV controller, and then like off you go? Or are they more like picky? Oh, I want to have this, and like it's got like a wish list on it.
Those are my favorite ones when they go, I want a ULV controller, make it look cool. Those are my favorite ones because then I can just kind of do my research and go. But yeah, gamers are particular, man. They want stuff here and go down that road, and I got to talk them out of it sometimes because I'm like, that's not going to look right. That's too much stuff or whatever. And then we talk back and forth for a while until we can come up with an agreement. And then like kind of my process is, I shoot them a message, hey, I'm getting ready to start, and then a few days go by, and I'll send them pictures and updates of what it's going to look like, and if we have to make any changes, then we go through that. So like before I ship it, they know exactly what it's going to look like.
That's awesome, man. To me, even just the part about you have these vinyl stickers to put on, putting them on straight is already seems like something I would not be able to do.
Yeah.
What's your secret?
It's and the controllers are so small. Like I don't think people realize how small some of these little tiny things are, and it's a pain sometimes. Like I'm in the process of doing a Tennessee Volunteer controller, and he wanted like the middle trim to be their checkerboard thing. And these little tiny squares are just driving me nuts, man. They are hard to get them straight and to look nice, and it's a process. You start over.
Do you have to do the checkerboard one square at a time?
I've done it. I'm finished with it. I've done it one square at a time.
Wow!
Holy shit!
What an effort!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I'd be like, I want you to get a patch of Peyton Manning's hair, and I want it in a controller.
Right.
It's some Cambodian breast milk from a filthy nun in the hills.
The hardest one that I've ever done was a Nebraska controller, and he wanted corn on it, and I searched all over for like and I found one that was like perfect, and it was the hardest thing that I've ever done. Like I ended up
There's
putting
so many
on
fine
each
lines.
corn kernel. It was terrible.
Wow.
Dude, I would have put
oh my god.
like just fucking hot glue stick some corn to
yeah,
it.
right.
Like here's
just
your
open a can of Niblets corn and throw that on there.
yeah, here's your fucking
And-
corn.
And if it complains about it, hey, you're lucky you didn't get cream corn, you fucker.
Yeah, exactly, right? So how many now, since you started this hobby, have you done?
I mean, altogether since the start of the PlayStation 5, I've probably done over 200, I would imagine.
Holy
Oh, that's
shit.
amazing.
Yeah. And so do you get a lot of repeat customers?
Yeah, actually. Somebody will get one, and then I'll get a message of them from like a year later, and hey, I'm getting something for my brother for his birthday or something like that. So yeah, it does happen quite a bit.
If you're a true blue, go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, if you're a true blue sports fan and you really love your team, and college football is perfect for this, it's awesome to be able to hold that in your hand while you're playing the PlayStation. And I can't stress this enough to the listeners. They look so good. They look professional. They look like they came out of the box that way. I mean, the job that Tyson does is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I have talked to him
You have
myself.
one, right?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
So, my wife is not amused.
Oh
as you
yeah,
may
yeah,
know,
right. Yeah.
And
that's
so, I keep talking to him like, he's like, dude, just fucking send me the controller. Quit being a bitch. And I'm like, dude, you don't understand that my wife is going to see this controller as she walks by seething about the way I, fucking defrosted chicken or something like that. And she's going to see this controller. And the first question out of her mouth is going to be like, well, how much did you pay for that? Right. And then I'm going to have to explain to her either, I got it at like a discount or whatever.
No,
right?
baby, this is an investment. This is like Bitcoin.
And she already fucking hates the PlayStation, hates me playing the game.
Right.
And now I'm like investing even more into it. And so there's this part of me that's like, dude, is this really like something that I want to argue with my wife? And dude, the answer is fucking no, I don't. It's like, but I really want one. I want to go fight, win one.
Oh
right?
yeah, dude, with like dripping pussy blood on it.
Exactly, right?
Exactly.
I want that, right? Because I think that'd be cool. So I can have like a fictional Revere Riders custom one,
right?
Because it'd be like a one-off.
It would be a Revere Riders controller, and then it would like on the back it would say "Go fight, win," right? With the dripping blood.
And I'm like, dude, that'd be so cool.
That
Plus,
would be cool.
Tyson was saying like he doesn't get a lot of team builder ones,
right?
So it would be like a completely unique kind of like project that he can do, and he could just kind of fucking go nuts.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that's what I'm going to get.
You got to hook up with who did we just have with Shane Steins, because he does the team builders. Those people are already spending money to get their fictional teams created, and then you jump in, get them a controller, dude. Now there's a partnership.
That's what I said, man. They should link up and start doing some fucking combo deals.
Oh, dude, that's solid.
Cut
us in.
I get so excited when I get something that I haven't done before, and the team builders one would be awesome.
Has that happened ever?
A team builder one?
Yeah.
No.
Or a fictional team?
No, it hasn't. I mean,
dude, all right, listeners. You're ready. You got your marching orders.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Tyson's fucking amazing. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Right? He's got this shit down. He knows what he's doing. Apparently, he can take apart a fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so maybe, he's going to start getting into the repair end here down the road.
Dude.
He's going to have like a whole cottage industry.
Next controller, the Northwestern Tennessee Cock Gobblers. That's going to be awesome.
That's pretty funny.
Dude,
I've thought of like 15 different controllers based on stupid shit that I've thought of.
Yeah, of
course. And it's like all of them I kind of want. So so Tyson, do you
want one where instead of a little PS button in the middle, it looks like the starfish?
Yeah,
and you got to thumb that thing every once in a while. Yeah. So just stick your thumb in there.
Do you actually even play the game?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do? Right.
There it is.
And so what team do you use? Michigan State?
I do use Michigan State, yep.
Yeah. Have you won the Natty?
Oh, yeah. I just started a dynasty with actually one of the guys that got a controller off me. He invited me on, so I'm trying to learn all the recruiting and stuff like that. Me and a friend, we've always done like the ultimate team stuff. That's kind of what we stick to. But I'm in a dynasty right now.
Yeah,
Right
cool.
on.
So
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, the dynasties are fun. You know, you get to play, you get to kind of play with your friends against your friends. And it makes the recruiting a lot more fun because you're recruiting against other people. And so
Right.
that's pretty cool. And then
I got an ignorant question about Michigan State. So a lot of college football teams have more than one rival. I presume Michigan State's primary rival is Michigan, correct?
Yep.
Is there a secondary rival?
There's a lot of hatred for Ohio State, and I'm from Ohio.
It makes
also,
sense.
But Ohio State's right there. Penn State, they tried to make one with Penn State a few years back, but I don't think it took. But yeah, Michigan's definitely number one, then Ohio State's right behind them.
Right on. That's cool.
Have you gone to any Michigan State versus Michigan games, like at the, like live?
I've been to a basketball game, Michigan State, but I have not been to a football game.
If somebody asked you to make a Michigan Wolverines controller, would you do it?
I've done about 4 or 5 of them,
Oh, I like how we can put the hate aside. On every last one of them, I'd probably put a dick.
I always write a note on the box saying, thanks for the controller or whatever, and I'll put like whatever they say, like if it's Ohio State, I'll put Go Bucks, and the Michigan ones I do not say Go Blue. I put Go Green.
Yeah, right on.
Wow. All right. So Tyson, it's time for us to pay some bills as well. So we are going to get to today's sponsor, and today's sponsor is actually our other approved vendor. It is Shane Steins.
Dude, Shane Steins does we've talked about him already in this episode a little bit, but he makes team builder teams.
Yes.
And does an absolutely phenomenal job at team builder. Whether you have a specific design in mind, maybe you went to a high school that you miss and you want to see that team recreated, he will make it exactly the way that team looks, or he can come up with new and improved designs. Really anything you can imagine, this guy can make in the team builder. And he is, as you said, an approved vendor on our page.
Yeah, and he also has his own page called Madden Builds, which ends in a Z. So it's BUILDZ.
Right, it's 2 words.
Where
Madden's,
you can go directly to there and contact him through there, or you can contact him through the headquarters itself and on Messenger. I don't know if he has where you can follow him. He probably should. Maybe I'll talk to him about that.
I don't know.
But
I recommend you find him through the EA Sports College Football Headquarters page, because that way he knows where that business came from.
Just tell him that the Balls Deep podcast
there you go.
led you to him. And because, he is one of our sponsors for this episode, right. And, he's one of our approved vendors, and he's a good guy.
There should be a perk. Like if you tell him that you heard about it on Balls Deep, maybe he'll put his thumb in your butt.
Yeah, or just give you like 5% off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for him.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for him either. That's his deal.
But I'll speak for you because you're right here next to me, Anthony. If you tell Shane Steins that you heard about it on the Balls Deep podcast, Anthony will put his thumb up your butt.
Sure, I'm in.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm a team player.
All
right. So for Tyson, for Alan, for me, Anthony Scafacci, this is the Balls Deep podcast. Thank you. We are out.